Hello dear students, welcome to the next session of Living World. So in previous class we were discussing regarding taxonomical aids, and we have discussed one taxonomical aid in the previous class, that is regarding herbarium. The next taxonomical aid is botanical garden. So botanical gardens also serve as the taxonomical aids, as they are going to help in taxonomic studies and also preservation of various species of the plants. So what these botanical gardens means? These are the specialized gardens which are meant for a collection of various species of plants for reference purpose. So in a specialized garden, when various species of plants are collected and grown for the reference purpose, that garden is called as botanical garden. So botanical garden is a specialized garden which are having the collections of various species of living plants for reference purpose. Such gardens are called as botanical gardens. Then these plants are collected and grown only for the reference, means along with that one, these plants grown there are also for the purpose of research in botanical or the research over the plants, and also for the education purpose in order to display different species of plants in one garden, and along with that one, preservation of endangered species of plants, and also medicinally important plants will be preserved in particular botanical gardens. Is it clear, guys? So for this purpose, botanical garden serve as the taxonomical aids and they are being maintained. Then in botanical garden, so here the plants are grown for identification. So they are grown here for the identification. So as they are grown and maintained there for the identification, and each plant is labeled with, each plant carry a label with information about, or which contains information such as, so what information will be present in that label means information such as, ಏನೆಲ್ಲ information ಇರುತ್ತೆ? Nothing but here the scientific name of plant and as well as their family, scientific name, and then the family name of that particular plant will be displayed in a label that is tagged to that particular plant. So that is how the plants are grown in the botanical gardens for the reference purpose here. So where you can see the botanical garden, can you give the example of some botanical gardens which you might have visited? For example, if you go to the Ooty, no one missed to visit that botanical garden, right? Ooty Botanical Garden is there. So like that is a good example of a botanical garden, so nearby us, right? And well known to ourselves. Like that, what are the examples of other botanical gardens means? See, Royal Botanical Garden, This Royal Botanical Garden, which is present at Kew, which is present at an area called as Kew in United States, Kew of England or the London. So this Royal Botanical Garden is considered as the largest botanical garden It is the largest botanical garden in the world and which is present at Kew at England or the London. In India, the famous botanical gardens are, that is Indian Botanical Garden, where you can see the presence of Indian Botanical Garden means. So which is present at Howrah, Indian Botanical Garden at Howrah, and along with that one, National Botanical Research Institute, National Botanical Research Institute. So where this National Botanical Research Institute is located means it is located at Lucknow. So this is located at Lucknow. So these are the famous botanical gardens, in India. But in the world, which is the famous botanical garden or the largest botanical garden means Royal Botanical Garden, which is present at Kew at England or the London. Is it clear, guys? So copy this information now. See, in that botanical garden, there is a particular area which is meant for the growing only the large plants or the trees. Such area is called as arboretum. So what do you mean by arboretum means? It is a particular area in botanical garden where only the large plants or trees are grown. Such area is called as arboretum. Remember, this arboretum will be asked only for NEET examination. So it will be asked in the NEET examination what an arboretum refers to. Or in a botanical garden in a particular area, if only large plants or the trees are grown means what that area refers to means arboretum. Example, say for example is the palm trees. So when the palm trees are grown in a particular area of the botanical garden, that area is called as arboretum. Like that, only the large plants or the trees which are grown in a particular area, then that area in botanical garden is called as arboretum. Don't take the example of only palm trees. One of the example is palm trees. Like that, any other trees which are grown in particular area in a botanical garden, then that part is arboretum only. Is it clear, guys? So that is regarding the botanical garden. Next is a museum. The next taxonomical aid is the museum. So what museum refers to and where they are usually utilized or constitute means the biological museums are generally set up in educational institutes such as the school or colleges or the universities. Right? Means here the museums are here for the education purpose or the studies of various specimens of the plants or the animals or the insects or other organisms which are used for education purpose. So museums will have the collections of the preserved plants, animals and insects. So one thing you keep in mind here that in botanical garden, living plants are being grown and maintained for the reference or the identification purpose. But in museum, plants or the animals or the insects or other organisms, they are preserved. Means these organisms are not the living one, but the live organisms after killing or when they are preserved means so they will be preserved without decaying or without leaving their body to undergo decaying process. Means these organisms are dead, but they will be present as it is without undergoing decaying. In such a manner, they will be preserved. So such a collection of plants or the animals or the insects will be present in museum, and that is for study and reference purpose only. For what purpose these plants, animals and insects are being preserved or collected in museum is for study and reference purpose. So how the different specimens of plants, animals and then the insects will be preserved? Let's see that one. See, the plants and animals are usually preserved in large containers. They are preserved in large containers or jars with preservative liquid. So what is the name of that preservative liquid here? What is the name of the preservative liquid? The name of the preservative liquid is nothing but here the formaldehyde or formalin. So this formaldehyde or the formalin is the liquid that will be used to preserve the living specimens of the plant or the animals. See, this is what the image which shows a jar which contains a living specimen. So in that jar, what is the liquid present? That is nothing but the formaldehyde. So what is the use of that formaldehyde? Means that prevent the decay of the body parts of that organism, so that it can be preserved as a specimen for longer period of time in order to use it for the study and reference purpose. Is it clear, guys? Like that. Then this is in case of the large plants and animals which are having the normal size. Then large plants and animals are also preserved in dry condition. They are also preserved in dry condition. So when they are dried before preserving, so that will also avoid their decay process. So then such specimens can also be preserved in the museum. Then what about insects? Okay, next, insects. These insects are preserved in insect box. So insects are preserved. These are preserved in insect box. After collecting, killing and pinning. So what is the meaning of this one? Means, so when you collect an insect, you have to kill it first, then pin that insect into a wooden box or the insect box. See, that is what the image, this is what the image showing the insect box, in which insects after collection, they are killed and pinned into that box. Is it clear, guys? So that is what an insect box is. So that's how the insects are being preserved. What about the large animals and birds? Means large animals and birds are preserved. So those are preserved after stuffing. So what do you mean by stuffing? Means, see, if an organism is kept as it is, means it will undergo decay process or the decaying process. Why? Because the moisture or the water content as well as the flesh content is present in its body. If you remove that moisture content as well as the flesh out of the body, means then you can preserve the texture of the body, a texture of that organism as it is, by filling the other substance like the cotton or other materials into its body. That process is called as stuffing. So by the removal of flesh and moisture content or the water content from the body and filling it with the other substances like cotton or the woolen, then if such large animals are preserved after stuffing, means so they can also avoid the decaying process and they will also act as a specimens of the plants or the animals or birds. Is it clear, guys? Then museums also includes skeletons also, and skeletons also included. So these skeletons are also included in museums. So in museums, skeletons are also included and they are also preserved. And all these specimens are used for the study and reference purpose. Is it clear, guys? So this is what the information regarding the museum. Make a note of these points now. So the next taxonomical aid is the zoological parks. So what do you mean by zoological parks means? See, these are the places where the wild animals are kept under the protected environment or in the protected environment under the care of human beings. Means the particular place where the wild animals are kept in the protected environment under human care. The humans will be taking care of the wild animals and those animals will be kept in a protected environment. Such areas are called as zoological park or simply, so they are called as zoo. Simply they are called as zoo or the full form, plural form zoos. See, these zoological parks serve for what purpose in the taxonomical aid, and also what is the main aim of zoological parks means? These zoological parks enable us to study two things regarding the wildlife. That is, they enable us to understand the food habit of the wild animals as well as behavior of wild animals. So many of us will not be knowing so how exactly the wild animal behaves, what is its behavior, what is its food habit. So we cannot see directly by sitting in our home, right? We need to visit to the place where wild animals are present. For example, if you go to the forest without any protection means the wild animal may harm you, right? But when such wild animals are kept in a protected environment under the human care means there you can visit and study that a live or wildlife or the wild organism, its food habit as well as the behavior. So only the children as well as the elders love to visit the zoos in order to have the behavior as well as the food habit and in order to see the various types of the wild animals in a protected environment in single place. So these zoos, as far as possible, in such zoos, as far as possible, all the wild animals which are present in that zoos are provided with the conditions which are similar to their natural habitat. ಅಂದರೆ ಝೂನಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಅನಿಮಲ್ಲು ಕೂಡ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾಗುತ್ತೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ಅದರ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟ್ಯಾಟ್ ಥರನೇ ಆ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸನ್ನು ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಝೂನಲ್ಲಿ. ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ದೆನ್ ನೌ ದ ಮಾಡರ್ನ್ ಝೂಸ್ ಆರ್ ಏಮಿಂಗ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಪ್ರಿಸರ್ವೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮೆನಿ swiftly disappearing forms of life. Means there are many forms of life or the living organisms which are at endangered level and sooner or later they may get disappeared from the earth. Such species of organisms or the wild organisms will be kept and preserved in zoological parks. So that is what the modern zoos are aiming now. Is it clear, guys? And here the various endangered species of wild animals will also be kept and preserved in zoological parks or the zoos, and in such zoos the breeding of these animals will also be taken care so that their number can be increased. Is it clear, guys? So this is what the discussion of the zoological park. So today we have discussed regarding botanical garden, museum and zoological parks. And one more is there, that is keys and monographs, catalogs, okay, and others we will discuss in the next class, okay. So make a note of these points now, okay. I hope you have enjoyed today's class. Thank you.